To assess the situation, Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba visited various schools where he warned school heads charging unauthorized levies, saying the government had already disbursed capitation for the third term. Murilo Dhiambo reports.
A day after the Kenya National Union of Teachers cancelled its planned strike, students have begun to return to school for the third term, albeit in lower numbers.
Thank you so much.
However, the number of parents buying uniform and other school wares has decreased compared to previous school terms. Here, at Githurai Market, traders lamented the absence of customers, blaming the strike notice.
Wazazi kulingana na venye wamefinyika kimaisha, alafu sasa mgomo isemekane iko, ni kama shule inatatizika. Shule huwa inasaidia watu wengi sana, kutoka magari, kutoka mahoteli, supermarket. So tungeomba hata kama shida iko, pande ya elimu wajaribu kuangalia sana.
Bernard Gitomo, whose son is a grade 6 pupil, says the announcement of the strikes by the Kenya National Union of Teachers and the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers created confusion, which has affected turnout.
Watoto ni lazima wakule. So, unangojea kwanza kamgomo ka push ndio uone kama utaweza to maintain some of the things.
He wants the government to move with speed to address the teachers' demands.
Mwalimu si ni binadamu na watoto pia. Hata maybe in one way or the other anahitaji alipie watoto wake kila mahali walipo. So, ni right yake tu kugoma ndio aone kama anafinyika, aone hata yeye kama atapata kuhitimu mahitaji yake.
To assess the situation, Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba today visited several schools in Machakos, Kajiado and Nairobi counties to inspect preparations for the third term. Ogamba said the government has provided 21.8 billion shillings in capitation for this term, warning that school principals who charge students illegal levies or withhold their certificates will be sanctioned.
I wish to take this opportunity to call upon school managers to make prudent use of the resources that have been disbursed to them. We therefore do not expect that any child will be sent away from school for unauthorized levies. Our field officers are under firm instructions to report any such cases to our office for immediate action.
Ogamba also announced that the construction of 16,000 ninth grade classes will be completed by December.
Currently, we are constructing 3,500 classrooms countrywide, and this week, in fact this morning, we have disbursed another 7.5 billion to schools for the construction of 7,500 classrooms more.
Principal Secretary Belio Kipsang, who visited Masikonde Primary School in Narok County, said the government had already piloted assessments for ninth grade students.
KICD, our Kenya Institute for Curriculum Development, have prepared and finalized the required books. From October, November, we shall be distributing books to our schools, books for grade 9. In November, while running our normal examinations, our assessment for CAPSEA, we shall also run now another pilot, which is exactly replica of the exam assessment that we shall be doing in grade 9.
Muriel Adhiambo, K24 TV, Nairobi.
Well, still on matters Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migos has called upon the Kenya Union for Post-Primary Education Teachers KUPPET to call off their strike immediately, saying that the funds have already been allocated to settle the teachers' needs as per the 2021-2025 CBA. Earlier today, teachers under KUPPET took to the streets in different parts of the country to air their grievances. Robio Mondi with the details.
Teachers under the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education today took to the streets in different parts of the country, vowing not to go to any classroom until their grievances are heard and resolved.
Bad labor practices tumekataa. Tunataka JSS wakuwe confirmed and Teacher Service Commission obey the court order. Muliambiwa hamuna anywhere in your policies mandate ya kuajiri mtu kama intern ama contract. Yes. You only have one mandate, employ teachers on permanent and pensionable terms.
This led to the Ministry of Education, led by its Cabinet Secretary, Julius Migos, to call upon the union to end their strike, saying that funds have already been allocated to address their issues as per the 2021-2025 CBA.
Everybody wants a decision. We don't want the strike. It is third term. Students are going to do their exams. It's not a good time. And it's not a time that when the government has become very open and authentic to say we have this challenge, how do we deal with it? You come to the table and we discuss it.
In Uasin Gishu County, for instance, the teachers said that despite their strike notice in the past days, their demands have not been met.
When we say we are striking as Kupet, and I want to put it very clear, tomorrow we shall be visiting schools. I'm even telling my colleagues who are trying to not withdraw services. Tomorrow we shall be in those schools, gate by gate. Those ones who are having staff meetings today, waambie sisi tumesema tunawakujia.
Parents also expressed their concerns, saying that their children may be affected if the strike continues.
Ningeomba sana wale walimu ambao ni wa board katika nchi nzima waende shule, watoto wapate elimu, kwa sababu hivi sasa watoto exam zao ziko on the door.
The situation was not different in Meru, Mombasa, Taita Taveta, Kisii, Embu and Nandi counties, where the teachers have vowed not to step back on their strike.
And we are on strike from today, tomorrow, on Wednesday, on Friday, next week, next month, next year, until our demands are met.
Robbie Omondi, K24.
President William Ruto has defended the new university funding model, insisting there has always been banding in terms of funding. The president says that he has added one band to the four that existed before to make them five, saying this will help education more affordable.
As pressure mounts on the new funding model over the criteria used to cluster students, President William Ruto has reiterated that those categorized in wrong bands can appeal their cases.
We have a parent earning 25,000 shillings, and the firstborn has made it to JKUAT to do financial engineering. But this family has 7 people. It has 6 siblings under the person who has made it to financial engineering. So, under what category does this person fall?
Whatever is written here, hashtag fee has fallen. Your Excellency, the fee has not fallen. That's why we are here. What was so wrong with the old funding model that we could not sit down and amend?
There's been cases, legitimate cases, of some students who have been placed in the wrong band. There is an opportunity for a parent or a student, if they are banded in a band that they don't think they belong, there is an appeals process. They are awarded that the processing will take 3 weeks.
The 5 band categories, which are based on family income, will classify students based on their household's ability to afford school fees, with the most financially disadvantaged receiving greater government sponsorship and loans. In Band 1, which includes orphaned students, those with disabilities, households under the cash transfer program, and parents earning below 6,000 shillings per month, will get an increased funding for scholarship and loans of 95% from the initial 80%. Of the 95, 70% of the fee will be paid by government, 25% as loans from HELB, and 5% of the fees will be covered by the household. Additionally, students in these categories will receive an addition upkeep of 60,000 shillings. Band 2, which includes students coming from low-income families that earn in the downwards of 25,000 shillings per month, these categories will get a 60% scholarship from government, 30% in loans, while 10% will be footed by the household. They will also get a 55,000 shillings in upkeep. Band 3, which includes those from households earning up to 70,000 shillings per month, will receive 80% of government funding, with 50% in government scholarship and 30% loans, and 20% of it will be footed by the household as they receive 50,000 shillings as upkeep money. Band 4 are students from households earning up to 120,000 shillings and will receive 40,000 as government sponsorship and 30% as loans. The families will also foot the remaining 30% in fees as they get 45,000 as students' upkeep. Band 5 will include students from the households earning more than 120,000 shillings per month, which will only receive 30% of government sponsorship, 30% of loans and 40% will be paid by their families, with 45,000 shillings as a student's upkeep. Currently, 134,049 students have applied for funding. Among them, 21,840 are classified in Band 1, while 26,920 are in Band 2. Bands 3 and 4 includes 36,947 and 28,280 students respectively, while Band 5 includes 9,228 students, with another 10,814 students being self-sponsored. Bentura Kwamboka, K24, Nairobi.
The Gen Z movement have vowed to be back on the streets in another round of protests tomorrow. The threats to shut down Nairobi City comes on the eve of the 14th anniversary of the promulgation of the 2010 Constitution. The groups, comprising of at least 59 civil organizations, are demanding an all-inclusive government, accountability, as well as justice for those killed during the recent protests.
Barely 24 hours before the country marks the 14th anniversary of the promulgation of the 2010 Constitution, a section of 59 civil organizations have vowed to hold demos on tomorrow.
We are undertaking a mass action, a general strike, a people-led agitation for the respect of our Constitution. Our political class has decided to do nothing but subvert the sanctity of our Constitution. We are asking you to join us in this cry for justice. We are asking you to join us in an act of civil disobedience to deal with this rogue regime.
Taking to the streets to collect signatures to amend the Constitution, their peaceful demos were shortly lived following the arrest of their key leaders, Linda Ugatuzi leader, Fredo Golan TGN Party's leader, Muthiora Kariara.
I've been arrested here. We were just collecting signatures in town to amend the Constitution of Kenya. William Ruto has got the three manuals: the Constitution, the laws of Kenya, the policies of Kenya, and he's not only unable, but is uninterested. So we cannot discuss with you something outside the Constitution like Hustler Fund.
Tuna rise kama generation ya Wakenya leo kusema we are interested in birthing a new republic that respects human rights, that respects the rule of law, and that upholds social justice for the people of Kenya.
William Ruto, in 23 very short months, has violated the first 14 chapters of our Constitution.
According to the group of activists, there's little to celebrate as the country plans to commemorate the existence of the 2010 Constitution for over 14 years.
Are we giving them time to mislead our Constitution? No. No time, Ruto, no time.
No time.
No time, Ruto, no time.
No time.
No time, Ruto, no time.
No time.
Ruto must go because he has refused and is uninterested to do what is clear in the Constitution.
The activists are also demanding for an inclusive government, accountability as well as justice for those killed during the previous protest.
Those people who put their bodies in the street and are willing to sacrifice themselves all will not accept the Kenya Kwanza regime and his new friends in opposition to make sure that the young people that lost their lives in the street defending this Constitution go in vain.
Over 300,000 Kenyans were injured and over 60 killed and others abducted or are still missing. Milia Kisienya, K24 TV.
Well, K24 Evening Edition takes a break at this point. We'll be back with more updates in a short while.
Cheza kama wewe na cheza sita. Ushinde hadi mara 5,000 ya beti yako teke teke. Yes, and it's that simple. Dial *675#, cheza na 6 numbers kati ya 1 hadi 6, weka bet amount yako ushinde hadi mara 5,000 instantly. Cheza kama wewe na cheza sita na upate nafasi moja kati ya 4 ya kuwa mshindi. Dial *675# to play now. Over 18 only. Gaming is addictive. Play responsibly. This message has been authorized by the BCLB.
From the heart of Africa, where dreams are born and passion is boundless, a new wave of talent rises. In La Liga, these extraordinary athletes are not just playing the game, they're transforming it.
Danny Rodriguez, the man chasing, it's Lamine Yamal! What a magnificent goal that
They
is!
shine on the world stage. Watch as they redefine football, inspire millions, and make history. La Liga, where dreams become reality.
Kurumisha ndege. Aviator instant game. Be a daring pilot and earn by how much high you can lift the plane. The higher you fly, the higher your wind. The sky is the limit. Mozart Bet.
Welcome back. Let's move on. The government will increase